Welcome back to hello and welcome back to my channel. So just a quick update from the introduction video. So that was recorded a few days ago, and a little bit's happened since. So I just want to start off by apologising for the quality of the last video, and probably all videos until I get my head around this. Recording videos like this isn't my strong point at all. And again, this is a skill that I'm going to have to develop, and hopefully you will see the progress that I make along with me feeling the progress. It does seem a little bit weird sitting here staring straight at the camera. I'll get used to it. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine in no time at all. So yeah, the quality of the last video, there was a cut-off at the beginning, which I didn't notice until after I'd uploaded. I don't know why I didn't watch that bit of the video through and pick it up so soon. Like I say, we all make mistakes. In that last video I mentioned if you make a mistake, you fail at something. I class that video as a fail, but you pick yourself up, you brush yourself off. You're not perfect every time, and the sooner that we realise that about ourselves and about the world around us, the easier things are going to be. So yes, I missed a couple of seconds off the beginning of the video, which meant it was a very abrupt start. Won't happen again, hopefully, anyway. I also, during that first half of the video, up until there was a cut, I could hear my dog barking downstairs. I wasn't sure if the camera would pick it up. As it turned out, it did pick it up, every single bark, which is why I did stop that first record. Went downstairs, dealt with the dog. She just wanted to go in the garden. Pretty simple. And then after that, she came up and she joined me, and she's absolutely fine on the floor. And then the third thing I want to cover is the poor editing. Again, editing isn't my strong point. I recorded that first section, then I went and dealt with the dog. I recorded the second section, tried to squidge the two together as best as possible, and then recorded a bit of an addendum that I put in the middle explaining why there was an edit, which in itself was very harsh. Again, it's all learning. I'll get more comfortable in front of the camera. I'll get more comfortable with the editing software. Let's say it's not my forte, but I'll learn. So, into the topics of this video. So, first and foremost, I have set up my company. It is a registered limited company now, Danishi Interactive Entertainment Limited. It did get, I think the date of registering came up as the 10th of March. So, I mean, now we're the 17th. I think when I put this video up, it'll be the 17th. So actually, I've been a trading company for a week, although nothing has happened in that week, really, in terms of in and out and what have you. But all in all, actually setting up a company was a lot simpler than I thought. The process was very straightforward. It was a series of very simple web pages. Fill in the details, answer some questions, tick a few boxes. I've filled out harder questionnaires in the past. Still got to deal with HMRC in terms of setting up PAYE stuff in the future, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. When I cross that bridge, I'll probably do an update video about that. Another thing that's happened since, and one of the reasons why I wanted to get the company set up very quickly, was that I was going to the university. So I graduated from the University of Wolverhampton 2 years ago. Got first class in computer science. Is it first class honours? I don't know. Anyway, got a first class degree in computer science in 2018. So one of the facilities that the uni gives you access to is called the SPEED programme. I'm sure there's an acronym that goes alongside it, but I don't know it right now. So what the SPEED programme is, it's a bit of an incubator for graduates for starting up their own business. So when I was at uni, one of my lecturers, Tom Hardy's an actor. There we go. So Tom Hartley brought in a representative of the SPEED programme who gave us a talk. And back then, 2018, it was still something that the seed got planted, and it was there the whole time. So in the previous video, when I mentioned grants, the SPEED programme was always one of the avenues that I was going to approach. I've looked it up online over the last year or so. It seemed like something I would be eligible for, and it turns out I was. So I went along. I had a meeting with a couple of their staff, filled out the paperwork that I needed to, gave them my business plan, detailed the ideas, how essentially I looked at making money. That's what a business does in the long run. What was my business plan financially? How would I get money in? And off the back of that, I've been successfully brought onto the program. What that means is it's fund matched grant. So, say for instance, I spent £3,000 on approved tech. You have to provide quotes, sort of a procurement process, 3 quotes, provide them to the speed program. They look it over, check everything's okay, that you're not spending it on, cocaine or whatever. And then they come back and they approve it. So I can spend, I think, about £3,000 of my own money, and then they will give me 50% back, which is great. It's huge. That's the difference between being able to buy sort of a 2070 i7 9th gen 32 gig of RAM, like a really pretty good PC, that isn't going to break the bank, as opposed to maybe having to look at like maybe an i5 2060 and maybe 16 gig of RAM. I can essentially beef everything up, put a good solid state in there, put a good 2 terabyte hard disk drive with a good read-write speed. All these kinds of things are huge. It also means that I don't necessarily have to go for what I would consider a lower spec VR headset. So I was looking at the Cosmos, the Vive HTC Cosmos. I think that's what it's called. Maybe HTC Vive Cosmos. I'm not 100% sure of the naming, but it's essentially the Cosmos, which doesn't require sensors. It has 6 cameras around the headset, and it tracks the controllers from the headset. I've heard good and bad things about them. So ultimately, in my mind, I always wanted a Vive Pro. They're a little bit old now, but they're reliable. Sorry, bear with me. My dog has decided she wants to come up. There's my dog. One of my dogs. You'll probably see more of her over the videos. So anyway, I wanted a Vive Pro. That was in my mind. That was always the device that I wanted to work with. I've worked with them for years now. They're robust. They're relatively easy to set up. They've got good screen resolution. There are arguably better devices out there on the market, but for the price point, I always thought a Vive Pro was perfect. The Cosmos is about £800, and I did find a deal where you could get £120 off, which is beautiful. Whereas a Vive Pro is about £1,200. However, in the last week or so, HTC have announced that they're sort of phasing out the standard Vive Pros. They're going to be focusing on the Vive Pro Eyes, which essentially is a Vive Pro, but it has the Tobii eye tracking built inside the visor. I don't need the eye tracking. It'd be a very nice feature to have. Maybe down the road I could look at using some sort of human-computer interaction system where you're using your eyes to look around and select things and interact with things. Maybe even track where a user is looking at things. I don't really know. It's pretty run-of-the-mill stuff, but it's where my brain goes. But this grant now means that I can get the Vive Pro straight up done, get the PC that I want, get a decent monitor. I don't need anything spectacular. I'm not an artist, so the blacks don't have to be crisp and rich, but something that's sizable. 27-inch, I'm thinking. Obviously 1080p, and then I'll see how much the price changes on the refresh rate. Obviously, it's something that you're going to be staring at quite a lot. A decent refresh rate is key, but again, I'm not going to be gaming on this per se, so I'm not overly fussed. Another part of the speed program is that they offer you one-to-one consultation. So the way I have it in my mind is a bit like Dragon's Den. You go in there, you'll pitch into a team of dragons. I've already done that part. I've already pitched what I am, what my brand is, what my company is, and what my products are to the speed program. They've approved it. Now the part is who do I choose as, I don't want to use the word mentor, but my consultant that they offer. They've got 10 with different skill sets, everything ranging from sort of just general day-to-day business running, through to marketing and advertising and branding, to finance, sort of more about bookkeeping and that kind of thing. For me personally, I think the marketing and branding will be key. I'm not the best at knowing how to get myself out there the strongest, and how to have a good outward appearance of a business. So yeah, I think that when I get the list of 10, that will probably be the skill set that I start looking for and honing in on. The other thing they offer are workshops. This is the last part that I'm interested in. They offer lots of other things that I'll quickly touch on, but this is the third part that I really am key on, workshops. So again, they run workshops on how to set up your business. I've already set up my business, so I don't need to attend that one necessarily. About how to do your bookkeeping. I can pick this up. I will probably get some off-the-shelf product, web-based probably, and do my accounts through that. If it takes me a little bit longer to do this, adds a few more hours of my workday on, or over a month, I don't mind. That's absolutely fine with me. I will aim to do it all myself and try and keep the cost down, not have to have an accountant. So yeah, all of these workshops will be really handy for learning, for growing, for better understanding what my business is and how I'm going to achieve what I need to achieve. And I'm excited, I'm very excited. It feels like all the pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together. The last topic that I want to talk about today, actually, sorry, I just want to jump back to the speed program. So the other things that they offer are incubation space. So they have hot desking. So first come, first served. You can access their printers, their internet, their kitchen. You can use the space for meetings. So if you have a client coming in, you can take them there rather than bringing them, as is the case now, my home office. There's lots of perks. I might touch on them occasionally, but I don't think they're the focus of why I've gone with the speed program. So yes, the third point that I want to make in this video is coronavirus. I'm sitting here, I'm touching my face, it's what I do, but my hands are clean. Other people out in the world, their hands, or the hygiene might not be as high of a level, but that's up to them. That's completely cool. People survive anyway. But the point of why I've mentioned coronavirus in this video is the company I'm currently employed by. They have offered working from home policies. So I have today gone into work and I've picked up my development rig from work. I obviously have lots and lots of hours of work to do. I've still got to do my 8 hours a day developing. I still have projects to finish by the end of this month. That's all fine. But it does also mean that while my partner is working late, or working evenings, which she sometimes does, I can then be developing alongside that. I'm sure my boss wouldn't mind, and maybe I should ask him, but I'm pretty sure he'll be absolutely fine with it anyway. So alongside that, I have access at the moment to a pretty good development rig. Not quite as good as the spec I mentioned earlier that I would be buying myself, but it's pretty up there. I have access, you might be able to see up over here, I have a sensor. That is a Vive Pro sensor on a mount. Obviously with that comes a Vive Pro headset. My dog has decided she wants to have a bit of a look at it. But yes, I have a Vive Pro headset here. And obviously the standard controllers. So I can, while I'm still developing for the current company, I can at least test bed different bits and pieces that I need to if it comes to it. Obviously, my main development will be on my laptop, which I have set up on this side, and then I have my work set up over this side. So I have an L-shaped desk with 2 setups at the moment. It is a bit confusing because there's 2 keyboards, 2 mice, cables everywhere, but eventually I will get my head around everything and it will become second nature. Anyway, as you probably gathered, I like to talk. That's what these videos are. It's as much as it's for you guys to understand where I'm coming from. It's for me to get my thoughts out, document them, for me to look back on these videos and see where my headspace was at certain times, see how I can track progress. You know, if I can look back at these videos and go, oh my word, what was I doing? What was I saying? You know, why did I say that? Why did I do this? It's all a learning process. It's good reflection. It's a personal development plan. Everyone should have one. Don't get stuck in your day-to-day rut of just doing what you do because it's what you do and it's what you know and it's what you've done forever. Change things up every now and again. And I think vlogs, especially when you watch the back and reflect on them, they are definitely beneficial. I think they will be anyway. I'm yet to see the result of this, but I'll track it as we go along. So yes, that is the first update on my journey. It's a very exciting part. I am getting a lot of posts already about the business, different banks and what have you. They're trying to contact me so I can set up a bank account with them. Some pretty strong contenders, especially for SMEs or startups or sole traders. That's quite exciting. I've still got to get my head around a lot of things. But yeah, that's me signing off for the second video. Thank you very much. Again, if you like the video, give me a like. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, I should have my social medias in place. So go check them out, put a like on there. There will be other posts on the social medias that aren't in video form. The videos obviously will be linked on there, but I will be putting up maybe images and snapshots and my musings for the day, thoughts, whatever the case may be. So please give me a follow on them. And again, if you like what I'm doing, give me a subscribe on here, give me a comment down below. It would be great to see what advice people have got, what comments people have about my delivery style, anything at all. If there's something that, you know, you just want to talk about, you know, it might be a topic, it might be something I'm thinking about as well, and we can give that a go. So thank you very much. I know this is quite a long video, 17 minutes, but yeah, thank you for your time, and I'll hopefully see you on the next video. Bye.